Hi, Demonic ASMR here, and I'm going to be trying two beers for you today. One is the Samuel Adams Cherry Wheat, and I'll pour that for you. And the other is the Samuel Adams Cold Snap, which is a seasonal beer. Now, you may notice that I'm in a new house. And yes, I am indeed in a new house. And it's been a long time since I've seen you guys, and I really apologize for that. It's been a busy time for me. But let's get started. This is the Samuel Adams Cold Snap. The description is, lively and unfiltered, the hazy smoothness of this white ale is awakened by the spring spices, a hintness of sweetness from the orange peel and plum, and the peppery bite of fresh ground coriander create a subtle and refreshing kick to signal that spring is on its way. Cheers, Jim Koch. It's got a very pretty bottle. Very pretty. So let's give this a try. The aroma is slightly hoppy. It's very nice. Smells very light. Good summer beer. Or early spring beer, possibly. So let's give her a taste. So the initial taste is very smooth. The initial taste is slightly sweet. I can taste a little bit of the coriander coming through. And just a touch of hoppiness. I like this beer. I've got to admit, this is not the first time I've had this beer. I got it in one of the seasonal samplers and loved it. So I bought a 6-pack of it. And it is definitely one of my favorite springtime beers. It's very nice. Lightly sweet, very, very light flavor. But you can taste the spices in it, as well as the grains. But it's not a soggy grain like my Budweiser review. It's not a soggy grain. It's a very crisp, clean grain taste. And I really enjoy it. But let's move on to the bottle here. Again. So it is Samuel Adams Cold Snap, Brewer and Patriot. And it is a seasonal brew, as it says on the bottle. It is a white ale, which is a kind of wheat ale. It's called white because of the fact that it's unfiltered and has particulate floating in it. A white ale brewed with spices and spices added. 12 fluid ounces, 5.3% alcohol by volume. So it is a stronger beer. It's not the strongest, but it is a stronger beer. And I can indeed taste slight citrus notes. I consider this to be a great, refreshing beer for after a long, hard day working in your garden. And I do have a nice garden indeed now. In fact, I'll show that to you. And I love it because I can catch scorpions in it. I don't know if you've been following my channel for long enough. I love arachnids. I just think they're some of the coolest creatures ever. But I can also grow my peppers and my spinach and my lettuce and tomatoes and squash and oranges. I have an orange tree. And they just harvested a bunch of beets a couple of weeks ago. And I've got onions. And I really love the garden because I can go out and just spend some time working in it. It's really relaxing for me. And it looks nice. It's nice to sit out there and just, spend a couple of hours sitting out there and contemplating life, its meanings. But I'm listening to some metal, but yeah. And in light of some recent break-ins in my area, I've purchased this, where somebody's been breaking in and killing people. I purchased a gun. I have no ammunition in it right now, as you can see. This is a .357 Magnum. Now, I'm not new to guns. I've collected them for years. But this is my handgun. It holds 6 shots. And I pray that I never have to use it, but if somebody comes in here threatening my life, I have these to protect myself. They've got nice bullets in them. And I live with my grandparents, and it's been elderly people who have been targeted for this thing, and they do have handguns themselves, which is something I encouraged years ago, way back when I was an ultra-conservative and not liberal. But I'm still pro-gun. I think they have their place, and they should be allowed. And I personally enjoy shooting. I'm not encouraging everybody to go out and buy a gun. If you're not responsible enough, and if you feel like you might not be responsible enough, you should not have one. Because irresponsible gun ownership is when crap happens and people shoot people or play with their guns. Alright, now on to my second beer. This is the Cherry Wheat, which I have never had. I saw it the other day, or well, yesterday actually, over at one of our local grocers. Also made by Samuel Adams. And I've never had a bad beer by Samuel Adams, so I've decided, you know what, I'm going to try it. This is a flavorful American wheat ale, brewed in the tradition of using native ingredients. We use Michigan cherries for a tart fruit character. Sorry, there's a glare. And a touch of honey for a slight sweetness that's combined with the crisp cereal note and noble hops for a bright and refreshing flavor. Cheers, Jim Koch. I'm gonna try this. Sorry. Having problems with allergies right now. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I can taste the cherries. It's a very nice cherry flavor. That I am thoroughly enjoying. And could say I do recommend this beer. If you like a sweet cherry flavor. If you're not that big on cherries or sweet beers, I would say this is probably not your beer. It's not a beer I would drink every day. But it's a beer I'd buy on occasion to, you know, just for something different. It's very sweet. I'd say it'd probably be good with a savory dinner. Or towards the end of it as kind of a dessert type beer. It's nice, but it's very, very sweet. However, the cereal notes, the wheat notes, do come through. So it's got a nice grainy flavor, which does help to counter the sweetness of the cherries and honey, which makes it a much more pleasant beer. If it didn't have the grains in it, I would say it's probably not a beer I would drink ever again. But because of the grains, I am actually enjoying this beer. I could see it getting overwhelming from time to time. But with it being the flavors of the wheat combined with the cherry, I could actually see myself buying this again. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this short video and that you had tingles from it. I look forward to my next video, which will be another beer review. I already have the beer for it. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful Valentine's Day. I love all of you. And stay cult, stay true, and hail the tingles, infernal tingles.